Where's that unmute button? Where is it? I found it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get my Facebook up and running. Happy Monday to you, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. Little chilly here in Charlotte, North Carolina, but we're making it, John. We're making it, John. What's up, Paul? Now don't be hiding now. Don't be hiding now. Be on video. I don't care. Look at Robin. She's doing her lipstick and she's still on video. We don't care about that type of stuff. You look good. You look good, Robin. You look, and I won't call you out. I will not call you out, even though I will call you out, but I won't call you out. Right, Amy? Guys, I don't know about you, but if you're ready to get a workout in, body weight, all you need is your body weight. We start 6:45 Saturday morning. All you need to go train with Kane. You need to get with her. You need to work out with her. Just try. It doesn't matter where you are in the country. Maybe you're like, I can't make it, Brock. I can't make it because whatever excuse you got. And I say that in a loving way, give you a hug. But you still can join her. She's gonna be putting it in the chat. She's one of my coaching clients, and she also has no choice but to do a Facebook Live this week. Oh, she has to do a Facebook Live for us and tell us what her event's all about. So she'll be doing that. While we're doing it, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something to put in the check, but I don't know. We don't have anything. Vanessa, we got a new person on here. Vanessa, Millie. Am I saying these names right? I hope I'm saying these names right. I hope I'm saying it right. Dom, what's up, brother? Good morning to everybody. Good morning to you all. Let's get it in the Facebook world. Let me get my Facebook up and running. I got a show for you today, y'all, because this is a very, very big week. And it's not a big week because there's an event on Saturday. There is an event on Saturday, just, throwing in that plug too. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you better get your tickets because today I'm about to share with you something that is going to trigger something in your head. Today's topic is not to give up or give in, not to give up or give in. What's up, Mr. Chad Free? Barbara, many of you over in the Facebook world. So good morning. My name is Coach Brock Zevan. I'm a real estate coach. I'm a life coach, business coach, and a DAD, and we certainly had one. Good morning, Angela. Welcome. It's good seeing several of you on here. Some of my newbies. So it was a kids' weekend, and we had some snow. We had more ice than we had snow. We had more ice than we had snow, Michelle. So let me just tell you, the kids were first very excited. We had a good old time with the snow. Then it turned to ice, and then it was like yesterday. So we go to church. I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is, Dean, but this is what happened, Jada. Everywhere, it's like, I don't even know what to say. Everywhere there's ice, both my kids, Bryce specifically, it's like, let me go walk over here in the ice. Let me go across the parking lot because I see some ice over there and let me go walk on it. I'm like, why do we have to do this, everybody? Why can't we just like walk normally over to where we're going to get in this direction? So of course, and let me just tell y'all, just take a guess. Visualize walking on ice, 6 years old. Do you think he stood up on his feet? No, no. Then we had a fall, then it's a big show, and it's just like, I just laugh. I'm like, what is going on here? So that was my big weekend. It was just, we had some snow, we had some ice, we had a good old time. Good morning, Zena. Boy, a lot of people in the Facebook world. Good morning to you. All right, guys, on the count of three, I want you to unmute yourself. I want some of you to be on video. You be on video today. I want to see some smiling faces because we got a big week this week. We got a big week this week. We got an event. You need to be here for the event. Shout out to my girl, Latrice, and her girl, Veronica. Maybe it's Vanessa. I didn't see. I saw it was a B. But they're driving up from Florida. All 9 hours they're driving up from Florida. They're coming up to the event. We got people driving from Greensboro, Raleigh, Philadelphia, Texas. You need to be here. So everybody unmute yourself, unmute yourself, unmute yourself. And we're going to say good morning on three. Everybody unmute yourself. 1, 2, 3.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everybody.
Morning. Yes, you had it right. Veronica.
Veronica. I knew I would get it. Mike Castor's coming from Alabama, huh? Mike Castor's coming
Yes,
from Alabama. Look, he's
through the
wearing his
snow
red
and
right now.
everything.
Where are you right now, Mike? Are you in Alabama right now?
I am. I'm in Alabama right now, and we got 3 inches of snow, and they shut everything down for like 3 days for 3 inches of snow.
That's it. One day an inch. Every inch you get a day off. Every inch you get a day off down in Alabama. That's how it works over there. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, please do so. And hopefully by the end of today's show, I might be able to earn an opportunity for you to come out here and be like, you know what, maybe I do need to see this guy because this lineup is amazing that we got over. Actually, Mike and I were talking and he's like, man, how did you get all these people? You've never done this before. I said, yeah, this is our first summit we've ever done. And we wanted to make an action packed and put a lot of people in front of a lot of people. So that's how we worked it. So all right, we got 26 people who signed up, 26 people already coming to the event. My goal is to get to 40. My goal is to get to 40. Really, it's to get to 100, but I'm be all right with 40. I'll be all right with 40. So make sure you get your tickets. We got different levels of tickets too. VIP, be with our speaker reception. We got happy hour. We got breakfast. We got one-on-one sessions. It's just, if you can't make it all day, it's all right. There's morning sessions, there's afternoon sessions. We really broke it down to make it as convenient as possible for us to meet people. So without further ado, let's get into today's show. The topic is not give up or give in, not to give up or give in. And why is this important is because I'm going to do the affirmation in a minute. I'm going to do the affirmation. Shout out to Robin. Robin brought me into an amazing podcast on Clubhouse that she hosts and she's a part of. So Robin, make sure you put that in the link. Those of you can join in on that podcast. It was really good, a really good one. So let's do our affirmation. Everybody saying it together now to really zone in and focus on your new year. I focus on the good that is in my life. I focus on the good that is in my life. Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So today, Dusty's here. Welcome, Dusty. Welcome, Dusty. So I lost my train of thought where I was going with this. I was doing the affirmation. I don't know. Well, it'll come back to me. So the topic today is to not give up or give in. While I was searching this topic and reaching out to it, the reason why this one came about was because I think Chad talked about it last week. Chad talked about how many of you really started your New Year's resolution on January 1st, or how many of you started on January 6th. And I'll be honest with you, I started mine on January 6th. I think most people started on January 6th just because New Year started in the middle of the week and you could say whatever you want. If you didn't, hats off to you. Yay, you win. Okay. But the reality is this Friday is the second Friday and it's called National Quitters Day. Statistically, they found, you can Google it, go look it up if you don't believe me. This statistic, Chad, is true. This one is true. I did look it up. That on this Friday is National Quitters Day. And I started thinking about the times that I wanted to quit. I started thinking about the times that got really hard for me. So I want you to right now, I want you to, if you're driving, don't close your eyes, but if you're in a position, if you really want to get something out of today, I really want you to focus on a time that was just god awful. It was really, really hard. And I hate to burst your bubble, but there'll be another time period that will happen that it will be very hard. But for this exercise here, I want you to think about a time period that was very, very challenging. Very, very hard. A time period that you really thought, Barbara, that you were just going to quit. And I'm speaking to somebody today because maybe you're in that moment right now. Maybe you are facing, this is just god awful right now, Brock. This is I don't have any direction. I really thought the new year, I would come into the new year and magically the light switch would happen, but the answers still aren't coming. I want you to think about that. Then I took quitting and I went in and I wanted to actually define quitting. So for those of you who are trying to solve problems or those are speakers, it's always good to really understand what your topic is. And so I went in and I was like, well, what's the definition of quitting? And here's the definition of quitting, Chad. It says to stop, to cease, and to discontinue. To stop, cease, and discontinue. That means to quit. I then started to study several people, and one of the things that we came about that I heard, I was like, yeah, that is so true. John Maxwell said it actually. He said, I've never watched a video. I've never went to a speaking engagement. I never went to an extremely successful person and they went onto the platform and they said, I've quitted my way to the top. I've quit every single thing and I got here by just quitting everything. He's never heard of it. And neither have I. I've never heard somebody, well, I just kept quitting. I kept quitting and I made it here. It doesn't happen. So I wrote down 4 things that really stuck out to me when I was listening to several videos and several different things. And I'm going to share this with these 4 things. And then I'm going to share with you 2 personal stories. Some of them I even got pictures. I had to go back to my Google Photos for the last 7 years because I too brought up a very hard, challenging time that I was going through. So here are the 4 things that you really need to take place when this Friday comes into play, because it will happen at some point. What's up, Justine? Okay. The first one is perseverance. Quitters, like, or when you're getting ready to quit, to overcome it, you have perseverance. Number 2, ironically, is my word of the year, focus. You're very focused. Christian came over Friday, and him and I were very focused on what we're trying to achieve. We're partnering in on some real estate stuff to help real estate agents grow. And we're very focused. Number 3, Wendy used to say this to me all the time. You're the most, and Mike Kastner said it too. There's actually a book on it. You're the most relentless person I know. You are the most relentless person. How many times do I have to say no to you? How many times does this person have to say no to you? Best line my daughter ever told me. She was talking to Bryce. She goes to Bryce. She goes, let me ask Dad this question. And I was like listening in. And I was like, no, we're not doing it. And she goes, Bryce, no means maybe and maybe means yes. Let me go ask him again. That is so true to me. No means I got to get to a maybe, and a maybe means yes. I just haven't presented it the right way. So being relentless. Number 4 is you have to have consistency. Number 4 is you have to have consistency. Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you've heard of showing up. Put a 2 in the chat if you've heard of just showing up. Just showing up and something will happen in some capacity. And number 5, where's my boy Chad Free? Number 5, you got to have some purpose. Now, number 5, you can use however you want, either purpose, your why, your reason, whatever it might be. You have to have something to get you through this because quitting's too easy. Okay? Now, I'm going to share this part. I'll share this part in a minute. John Maxwell, when I was listening to him, I didn't know this all, but John Maxwell, can you imagine this? Put a 5 in the chat if you've heard of John Maxwell. Put a 5 in the chat. This is silly, John. This is silly. I just want to see 5s in the chat. I'm just excited about seeing 5s. Because how many of you have heard of John Maxwell? Put a 5 in the chat if you've heard of John Maxwell. Well, John Maxwell at the age of 28 was about to quit. He was about to quit everything and he was about to give it in. How many of you have heard of like, it's just too much? I don't know if I keep going on. I don't know if I could do this. This just seems like this, I don't know. I'm not getting anywhere. It's too expensive. Things aren't going the right way. And he went to his father, and his father said this to him, and I wrote down this line. He says, John, keep on keeping on. I'm going to say it again. He said, keep on keeping on. If there's anything you take away from me today, write down that. Keep on keeping on. Because when I heard that, I was like, damn, yeah. And so if you guys don't mind, I'm going to share with you a little personal story about my life, about me on some time periods that I wanted to quit. And so, if I could do this correctly, in my life, I've ran several real estate teams. And one of the teams I ran was in the beginning years of my life. And I was at Keller Williams. And here's a picture of my office that I started. And here we are, me, Suzanne, John, and Jason. Jason was the go-getter. As you could see, I'm taking selfies, and John was excited to smile, and Jason was actually on the phone doing some business. Mike Kastner he was getting started with us. He was going through some challenging times personally, but Mike came on board. But this was my office, all. This was my office that I worked out of. And I'm one of those people, and Wendy Smith was the team leader at the time period. And I was like, Wendy, I need bigger space. I need some more space. Brock, can't do it. Can't do it. I was like, what do you mean I can't do it? Well, we just don't have it in the budget. Not too sure. Nobody else has an office. I just don't know if that's the right thing that we should be doing. Well, guess what? All she said no to me. And guess what happened? Yep, I built an office. I built an office right over here, and I just went at it. And I built it myself. Well, I hired a contractor, but I was there working with them. And this is how it finished up, all. Okay. So I built this office and we were able to grow. We had a great time. It ended up, this was the time period where I was going through some financial problems. I was going through my license lawsuit. And at this time period, I basically went from 3 or 4 people, as you saw, and I grew to 18 people. I grew to 18 people on my team, and then the world fell apart. Probably one of the top 2 hardest time periods of my life. I was told that I had to leave Keller Williams because my lawsuit and the situation that I was in was really, really bad. Lawsuits, legalities. But all I did was I kept showing up. And what happened when I kept showing up, I had more haters. More haters started to come into my life. And that's kind of like the don't give in. And I'm going to get into that at the end. But you don't give in to your haters and to your loved ones. See, the loved ones will protect you. They will tell you to quit for protection of your comfort. Haters will tell you to quit just because, needless to say, they hate you. They can't stand, they want you to fail. So at the end of June, beginning of July, I was brought into an office and I was told that I had to leave Keller Williams. I was like, what? And I was told that all 18 people can stay, but I had to leave. So I shared with you part of my story where I was just like, okay, I had an offsite meeting. My leadership started to come about where it started to pronounce itself. And I had an offsite meeting. And that's when I learned all 18 people wanted to come with me. I was like, yay, this is amazing. And then I was like, honestly, I was like, oh shit, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? So somebody told me about an office and I was just like, okay, let me take a look at it. This was the moment that I wanted to quit. I walked into the room and this is what they presented to me. They said, here you go, bud. We got it for you. And at the time period, I was just like, I was like, Jack, there's just no way I can build this. I mean, I only had 2 weeks to do this. And I was just like, I just don't, maybe at this very moment, this is when I was about to quit. I was about to quit, and I was about to say to myself, I don't think I can keep doing this. I don't think that there's just any way for me. I'm like, how am I going to get my entire team? How am I going to do this? And I was so close to quitting. And as I was reading this morning, ironically, this definition or this term comes up. It says destiny. It is not created by the shoes we wear, but the steps we take. Make the journey of the life memorable and meaningful. And guys, when I wanted to quit, when I really wanted to give in, and I'm trying to do this all at the same time here because I wanted to share the pictures at the appropriate times. Guys, I had 18 people. I had to balance them. Here's one of our periods of like we're going back and forth in the office. I'm trying to pretend that life is perfectly fine. I am trying to pretend that I am not quitting at all. I'm just showing up. How many of you, maybe you're feeling it right now, but put a 9 in the chat. How many of you have been pretending? How many of you had to pretend and show up and pretend to your family that life is fine, that your relation, everything is good? How many of you, put a 9 in the chat, that had to fake it, that had to show up and put a smile on your face and you had no freaking clue how you were going to make it through the day, make it through the hour? I was living it. I was so in it. I was a straw trying to breathe. Because I had no freaking clue. Guys, this was the time period I didn't even have my license. I had no money. This was August 2019. Beginning of August. Let me add something to you. At the time period, my wife's pregnant and Bryce is due in 3 weeks. And this is all taking place. My credit cards were maxed out. I'm like, how in the world am I going to be able to do what I want to do? To be able to pretend. And so you know what, all? You better believe it. Quitting was talked about. And I share this with you all because I want to show you the exact picture. The picture that I just showed you. This right here. I don't know where I would be today. This picture right here, all. This, I found purpose. I found passion. And I had a relentless mentality. A relentless mentality to take exactly what you saw right here. And within 2 weeks, barely slept. I took out a loan and I transformed it into that in 2 weeks. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It was the most challenging thing I had to do. I had to change firms. I had to change companies. But quitting was an option. Yes or yes. Where's Latrice? Yes or yes. Quitting was an option.
Yes.
Quitting was that option that I could have had. Let me show you this one picture. This was my team 3 weeks in. We were back working. Mike Kastner remembers it. You see those people that are standing up? That was the call area where you did your income producing time period. Everybody's on their headsets. We were working. We were trying to get leads. We were running the team. We were doing everything we possibly could do. I'm gonna share with you my last screen here, my last slideshow. I wanted to do it myself just so that way I can go back and forth. So I apologize for a little bit of delays, but I wanted you guys to get a visual. Here's one of the topics I love. The quote: "The harder you work for something, the greater you will feel when you achieve it." To see the team, to see what took place, I was. That achievement, that feeling was amazing. But little did I know that that achievement, that feeling was being bottled up all, because one of the things about giving in is this: if you don't allow your environment and your circumstances and the other people who are talking to you, your haters and your loved ones, to get in your way, you can achieve that success. But one of the most important things I would take away are this: instead of quitting, I want you to recreate. Recreate the vision. Maybe you have to pivot. I thought I was just going to slide through Keller Williams, but an abrupt took place and I had to pivot and I had to recreate. I had to talk to someone. I talked to people. The Mike Kastners, the Wendy's, people that were in my life at that time period. I had to talk to people. But here's the biggest one that I would take. Because the loved ones and the people that are in your environment, they might tell you to be a little cautious. A month ago, I shared with you the story, Derek shared with you the story, that I wanted to quit the mindset show. I wanted to quit this show. I wanted to quit this, Jack. I did it for 5 years and I said, you know what? I've done my time. It's time for me to move on. It's time for me to do something else. And God told me, you need to take this little problem of yours, Brock, and you need to go talk to Derek Green. You need to go talk to that guy, and you need to go tell him this problem. The reason why I say when you're about to quit and why this event this Saturday is so very important is because some of you today are facing a quitting moment. Some of you are facing some challenging times. Some of you have been dealing it with for over a year. Some of you have been dealing it for a month or two. And the number one thing that I promise you that you need to do that will change everything is to tell somebody you want to quit to a successful person. I'm going to say it again. Tell somebody you want to quit to a successful person. Notice I didn't say your mom or your dad, your significant other. I said to a successful person. And not to say that they're not successful, but they're going to come from love. Quitting has no love right this moment. When you're quitting, love will chew you up, spit you out, and get excited when you quit. That's the devil talking to you. When you're trying to reach a goal, a dream, you're trying to aspire for something, you go tell a successful person. And if that's you and you're having that problem, then you need to be there Saturday and you need to tell one of the speakers, you need to tell a successful person, like, hey, I'm thinking about quitting. Because I did that to Derek Green. And if it wasn't for Derek Green telling me I'm a dumbass if you quit, we would not have the event on Saturday. I can pretty much tell you, because my mind would not be there. He would not have flown out here, and we would have had our normal Saturday. If he didn't say, come on, man, seriously, you're better than this. I can't believe you're quitting. If Mike Kastner doesn't tell me time periods when I'm telling him thinking about throwing in the towel, and he says, huh, that's what he does to me. Huh. Why'd you say, huh? Why'd you say, huh? Huh. I just thought you were better than that. I didn't think you were a quitter. I thought you were relentless. Huh. So here's my huh to the person who needs to hear it. Get around successful people. Because if you're thinking about quitting, if you're thinking about, it's too hard. I don't have the money. My credit cards are maxed out. You're not any different than any one of us. We all had those problems. But what we did is we shared our quitting story to a successful person. So don't quit. Don't give in this week. No matter how hard your diet, no matter how hungry you are, no matter how much your feet hurt, your diet sucks, your conditioning, I'm sore, I still don't have any money, I don't have the energy, I can't keep going on, I can't keep going on, then this is what I'm telling you. You need to figure out a way to get there for Saturday. You need to figure it out somehow, some way. You need to tell a successful person, look all around here, come to the Facebook world, join it, see it, and talk to somebody about that you want to quit. So you don't quit. So you're not like a national quitter to stay. Guys, Tony, Jay, whoever, put it in the text. If you got something out of today, put a 5 in the chat. We'll put some of those pictures up. Maybe it inspires you to do something. Maybe you got a very challenging task ahead of you. Maybe that ignites you. We'll put those pictures in the Facebook page so you can take a look at it. Come on out to us Saturday. We're going to be here we are going to be here. If you got something out of today, put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some love. For those of you first time being on here, thank you so much for being on here. Come back. We do this every Monday through Friday, 8:15 Eastern time. Guys, I can't wait to see you. We got a freaking amazing lineup, 7 speakers all across it. A lot of them are on here. Christian Chad's going to be on here. We got Amy's doing her thing. Derek Green and I doing keynote. Chris, I'm getting in trouble. Brielle says I got to drop her off at school. I got to shut up all. I got to go. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys back tomorrow, 8:15. Get your ticket. Can't wait to see you on Saturday. See ya.